Today I'm going to be looking at the front forks. Now I do keep calling them shock absorbers, so apologies for that in advance, but let's crack on.
Now, I've never done front forks on a motorbike before. In fact, I've never done front forks full stop before, so this is all a massive learning curve for me.
I've released the air pressure and I'm hoping that this isn't just going to fly out. No, it didn't fly out too badly, because we need to take that out and this one so that we can drain all the oil out. Right, I'm gonna press down on this one while I do it. Doing. Right, okay, that went a bit more smoothly, that one, didn't it? Blue cloth applied to the working area. Lovely. Just noticed one of the shock absorbers is shorter than the other one. Oh no, the shiny tube bit stanchion has just dropped down. Okay, so pop that on there. Ugh. Okay. Oh, something fell out. So I'm just gonna chuck it back in for now, so I don't forget that it fell out of there. I've drained as much oil out of them as I can at the minute. You know what? I'm just going to get covered in oil anyway. It's on my legs. Oh no, it's on my boot. Never mind. Hey, this is not my little trainers. So, next off, I'm going to remove this anti-dive contraption, which is just two Allen keys there. So, let's do that. Okay, I've got better than Allen keys. I've got Allen key ratchet. What's it called? Hex head ratchet? What would you call it? So, take the two bolts out. Like so, and then that just comes off of there. The springs actually have a service life, so standard they're 522 millimeters, and you've got to change them if they go down below 511. Now mine measure, that one is exactly 522. This one is 521 and a half, so I think they're okay. In the bottom of there is an Allen key bolt. Now I believe I might need to go. I might need to go find a tool to hold the other end of it. I need to. Goosefraber.
I completely forgot I bought this at this point. This is my hex set for my impact gun. So let's stop messing around with the Allen key and try that instead.
I think maybe that one. Oh, that was a good guess. And it fits. Okay, let's get the buzz gun and see if I can just undo it with a buzz gun. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Right, okay. 2 secs, I'll go find it. Now the manual says you need a special tool to go in there, but I'm hoping this has got the beans to just undo it. Ready? Yeah, now I think it's just turning the thing on the inside. So I need to go find a tool. I've actually just realised I can slightly pull the stanchion and undo that at the same time, which gives it just enough grip. Oh, did you see that? And the bolt is free. There. Wow, the threads on most of these bolts are fine threads. They're not standard metric coarse threads, which means they're a bit more tricky to find replacements for. stuck. Okay, now I have just realised that that won't come out yet because I think there's a retaining clip behind the dust seal. So, razor blade. Ooh, that worked quite well actually. Noting which way that went on. It went on that way. So there's like a chamfer on there which goes to the top of the fork. When I say things like that, it's more for like notes for me for when I'm putting it back together. Yep, sure enough, inside there is a retaining clip which shouldn't be too difficult to pop out. Famous last words. There we go. See? Right, now, oh, there is fork oil everywhere. Now, hopefully, yeah! Right, we are apart. Do you know what I'm going to do? And I'll do it off camera not to bore you. I'm going to take the second one apart and wipe everything down and clean it and get rid of all this oil because, bleh. So, after a quick tidy up and wipe down, I've made more mess. So this came from inside there. So I'll show you with, let's put that there. I'll show you with this one. So do you remember we unscrewed a thing?
By thing, I'm talking about the screw that was in the end that I used the impact gun to remove.
Well, it was screwed into that. So now this bit doesn't come out that end, it comes out the other end. So out that comes there. And there's a spring. It goes over it. There's nothing else in there. Nothing up my sleeves. Interestingly, only one of the bolts holding these shafts in had a copper washer on. So I think someone may have done half a job when doing fork seals last time. Not sure. I'll have a look at the, what do you call it? Exploded diagrams to see if there's anything missing, and that should be on both sides or just on one side. Okay. So here is the dust seal, and here is the shaft seal. What do you call them? Fork seal. That's your main fork seal. That stops the oil from going this side to this side and then out the top. So if you look at this,
the chrome is kind of pitted. Is the camera focusing? I can't tell. Can you see all those bits of
rust on there? I'm probably going to have to get these re-chromed, which means I can't put them back together today, which is a shame because it would have been nice to have got the shocks done. Just a quick video note that this is the order that everything goes on. So you've got the dust seal, and then a washer, and then the clip, and then the shaft seal, and then that washer, and then that bush, and then that, well, that actually just comes off. Doesn't really matter which end that goes on. Sorry, which order you put that on, because that just opens up and slides off like so. Okay, I'll take that back. Slightly different. It's dust seal, remove the dust seal, and then this spring clip before that washer. Okay, it had obviously moved because it's got a big gap in it. In case anyone was wondering what shock absorbers look like, completely stripped down to the last nut, bolt, spring, washer, blah blah blah, this is it. Now, bear in mind, I have never taken apart. Sorry, I said shock absorber. Same thing. I've never taken apart front forks on a motorbike before. It didn't go too badly actually. It's a very, very messy job. I've cleaned everything up. I'm pretty happy. I've got new seals to go in, but I need to just get some opinions on whether I need to get these re-chromed or if they will actually be okay. I'm going to pop them down to the bike shop this afternoon and see what they say, see what they think. So yeah, all in a day's work. That went pretty well. So I came up with an idea to polish up the chrome on here, and that was to screw the end cap back in, get my buzz gun, yeah, hold it on the end with some Scotch-Brite on there. Well, it's warm. This shaft is warm. Do you know what? I think it might be okay. I think it might do the trick. I've definitely seen worse. The FZR is definitely a lot worse than this. But then again, that poor thing was sat outside for 8 years. This was under, well, in a barn. I think that'll be okay. Ugh. I'm just taking apart the top yoke. So I've undone these two bolts to remove the brake left and right separator debris bracket, and that's the order that the bits came off. I'll check the manual when I put it back together, because I'm not convinced, because when I took it off the bike it kind of all fell apart a little bit. So I will double check before I put it all back together. And the bearing actually comes off this way, however I don't have the tools to be able to do that. So what I'm going to do is protect this bearing face in particular, leave that bearing on there, get this vapor blasting, get all the black off, so I can repaint it and make it look brand new, and then have a new bearing fitted. I'll take it back down to the bike shop and they can help me with that. A quick and easy job will be to put the side stand on, which goes on here. And I'm going to undo it again because I forgot to put copperies on the thread. Seems to be a repeating theme, this. There we go. Now, there's no torque setting for this bolt, so just tight. However, it does say to put some grease on this shoulder, so that the stand, when it goes up and down, it's, you know, lubricated. So I'm going to do that as well. A little bit of molly grease around there. And in there. I want to put a little bit in there, but my finger's a bit big. Need a brush. There we go. A little bit of brush in there. A little bit of brush in there, a little bit of grease in there. And that'll just stop it from catching and squeaking and binding. Oh yeah. There we go. Side stand. And there is a little half nut to go on there as well, just to help lock it in place, I guess. Oh, that's typical, isn't it? Well, the paint on the side stand's not going to last forever anyway, is it? Now the spring is a wonderful thing. Rope is thicker, but spring is quicker. No, string is quicker. Right, so that goes on there, and then that goes on there, and just lever it on with a screwdriver. Ah! Well, it's on. So this is actually the spring on here is a double spring. Here, look, there's two springs wound into one spring, and I'm not sure if that's as it came from the factory or if someone's added an extra spring just to stop it from, I don't know, maybe the side stand was dropping, so they put an extra spring on. Interesting. The center stand is the same. Oh well. while I'm here, I'm going to put the main centre stand on as well. Same sort of premise, a bit of grease in the shoulder bolts, bolts of the shoulders, shoulders of the bolts, a little bit of copperies on the thread, and it just kind of just bolts in. Again, no torque settings, just tight. Little bit of grease on the bolt, shoulder. Little bit of copperies on the thread. Tight, and then same on the other side. And then once that bolts in, we can attach the spring, which again is going to be difficult, isn't it? There we go. Doing. Ooh, that's it. Scratchy, beautiful paint, mate. Such a muppet sometimes. I'm going to have a look at the brake calipers now. These are the front ones, and they are identical. Well, they're not identical. They're left and right-handed. But so I'll do one, and the same will apply to the second one. So first things first, take the brake lines off using by taking that bolt out, and then I'm going to take this bit out if that will come out, and then we'll take these out, and then yeah, then it'll be apart. So I'm going to send these for vapor blasting and then repaint them and get some new stickers, because I think these are probably going to get wrecked. Okay, so that pad fell out when I opened up this. Now this is definitely not seized, because I just opened up the caliper with my bare hands. So if we push them that way, there should be enough slack to get that off there. There we go. So there's the pads. They're pretty old. They need replacing. Okay, so the lighting's not the best in here, but you can see there's a bit of fluff in there. Right, I'm going to give this a little bit of a clean up. So I think that this, yep, will just come off of there like that. These rubbers don't look bad considering the age. Let's put some WD in there. No way! Wow, that's actually salvageable. There's no tears or anything in it. That's actually quite amazing. Boing. Oh, look, even suction cups to the table. Hear that? This metal bracket thing goes in there. Oh, I still need to pop that off, so I'll do that. This would have been easier to undo if it was still on the bike, I reckon. Oh dear. Wow. I've had these break on me on modern cars. Oh no. Okay, now there's brake fluid everywhere. Okay, so the only part left of this is the piston itself. And I don't have a piston removal tool, which I'm assuming I need. I'll double check the manual, but normally you unwind these. Oh, I wonder if I could blast some compressed air down it, and that would push it out. Let's try that. Okay, I think this might work, but I think I have to block that hole back up.
Sometimes when I'm watching these videos back when I'm editing them, I notice things. And what I've noticed here is my fingers are not in the right place. Do not put your fingers where I've put my fingers in here whilst you're blasting compressed air down it. That piston can come out and completely crush you. What a wally, eh? don't think it moved. Okay, I've just stripped down the second one to see if that was any different, and when I blow compressed air in it, the cylinder actually does come out. So, ready? I have to be careful because I don't want it to fly out like that. But cool, so that means I can get the other one out the same way, hopefully. I might have to fill it with a bit of grease just to try and get it out. Okay. Oh, I hope that doesn't damage my keyboard. So let's see if we can close it, or at least just get it to move a little bit, you know. Oh, there we go, it's going back in. I have turned up the pressure on my air compressor quite significantly. Oh, here it comes. Oh, jeez. So there we have two completely stripped down brake calipers. I'll leave the O-ring seals in there because when they're vapor blasted, we don't want the other side of that seal face to be damaged. And yep, and that's one more thing on the list of many things to do done. Oh, I need to pop that back out because obviously I was using that to block the hole. To pop that last cylinder out. What's it called? So they are called cylinders, aren't they? Pot. I'll call it a pot because they're one pot calipers. Cool. Right, I'll stop babbling now.
On this bracket, you've got two metal clips which just, with the prongs facing towards you, pop them off like that. You didn't see that, do it again. Pull it that way, and it comes off.
Whilst I was trying to do the rear caliper, I snapped the bleed nipple. So I'm going to have to drill that out.
Guess it would help if I had a sharp drill bit.
Thinking about it, obviously you don't want to drill into the where the bleed nipple seals, and hopefully I haven't gone in too far. I didn't even think about that. So if I've gone in too far, the bleed nipple won't actually seal anymore when you tighten it. Hopefully I haven't, but I'll find out in a minute. Remember this little tap removal tool? Just screw it in backwards.
These things are pretty useless. I've had zero success with them. Maybe it's because they were cheap, maybe I'm doing it wrong, I don't know, but they don't work.
So I'm going to have to re-tap it. So it's an M7 by 1, so I'm going to drill it 6mm and then re-tap it. Right, looks like I've got down as far as, so this is the one from one of the other brake calipers. I've got down as far as that hole because I can see it. I can see the through hole in there. I don't know if you can make that out. So I need to be careful because that bit at the end isn't 6mm in diameter. It's a bit smaller. Now I've drilled the hole pretty much the same size as the old thread. Some of the old fitting is coming out. There it is. So hopefully that's the end of the old bleed nipple. So hopefully the hole will still be good. I have had success. I have re-tapped it and testing it with the air. No air comes out of that hole.
Now, as you can see, I've had these vapor blasted and I've masked them up ready for paint. Now, I'm not going to bore you with showing you me painting them because you've seen it many times.
I've gone for this midnight black brake caliper paint. No need for primer, no need for lacquer, just go straight on and job's done.
Just sitting here minding my own business, and I just got pooed on. Nice.
Here we have a rebuild kit for the rear brake caliper. I've got ones for the front brake calipers as well, but they're all the same sort of premise. So I'm going to start with the rear one, and then I'll do the other two at some point. Right, so don't need those at the minute because they're part of the brake line. That, obviously, you can just screw in. These clip onto this carrier bit. These two go in here somewhere. Okay, let's just do it. Clippy clip things go on like that on that side, and on that side, like so. So this rubber cap protector doobry goes that side of there. He just screws in there. I'm not going to tighten it yet because, well, I need to bleed the brakes using that. So you can just sit in there for now, looking nice. Now, rubber bits. So this rubber bit needs to go through there and out the other side. Might just put a little bit of grease on there. A little bit of grease. Being careful not to obviously stab the screwdriver through the end of the rubber. Go on. Wicked. And then the smaller one goes on there, like so. So with the seals, I've just got a little bit of brake fluid, and I'm just going to give them a light coating so that it acts as like a grease to help the piston get in when I first push it in, to be honest. And if I put a little bit on the piston itself, that will hopefully help it slide in a little bit better. And there we go. Nice. This grease has come for the sliders on the pad bracket. So I'm going to apply that and then pop that onto there. Ta-da! I'm going to squeeze some into there as well, just because there's loads in this packet. And you can never have too much grease on something that needs to slide very nicely. Okay, don't do what I did and forget to put this in after you've finished putting it all together. It goes at the bottom there. I'll do that now. So it goes in like so. Okay, so put it in, press it all the way that way, put the pad on, and kind of press down, and it's basically like a spring, i.e. stops it from rattling. And then once you've done that, you can then put the second pad in, which is actually a little tricky. There we go. Oh, and he stops on that little bit there that you can see. Cool, and then we're ready to obviously put that in the bike. We have it, a very nice, brand new looking brake caliper. I'm gonna get some Kawasaki logos to go on there. And I've gone ahead and done the other two calipers as well. So, whoop whoop. Right, so I'm gonna pop the rear brake caliper holder back on the swing arm, which goes on there. Like that. Nope, like that. Right, so that needs to screw into there. So I'm going to do that. And obviously a little bit of copperies on there. So I've only finger tighted that up. Finger tighted? Yeah, finger tighted. Because that needs to line up with the shaft that holds the rear wheel assembly on. So I'll tighten it later once I know that's in the right position. Nearly forgot the clamping bolt that goes in there. Now there's actually two positions there. Not sure why, but it came out of that one, so it's going back in that one. And I'm just going to finger tight the pinch bolts so that they're back in and ready to go. So join me next time where I will be hopefully turning this contraption here into a rolling chassis. I've got the tyres. Well, I haven't got them in my possession, but they're in and ready to be fitted to the wheels. The shock absorbers, hopefully I should be able to get them rebuilt this week, maybe next week. And also the brake calipers can all go on. I need to get the top yoke done for the steering, but all going well, we should be rolling chassis next time you see me. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, as usual, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, and it really helps me expand and grow, and I can do more cool stuff like this for you guys. And also, if you did like it, then please give me the thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Oh, and if you're wondering, I'm editing this video, which is weird because I'm also recording this clip to put in this video. Anyway, I'm babbling on. Thanks a lot. Catch you next time. Cheers.
Never really know